Should Black Lives Matter movement tear down statues of white Jesus? I will understand. In 2013, during my novitiate in Ghana, one of my most cherished memories was the visit to Elmina Castle. I remember how our guide led us up to the church under which was the dungeon, where many years ago people of color, men, women, and children were held hostage, waiting to board the slave ship to Europe and America through the door of no return. In those days, during the service in the church, worshippers could hear groans of men, women, and children from the dungeon. Recently, Sean King, an American human rights activist, set the social media abuzz with his tweet. Yes, I think the statues of the white European they claim is Jesus should also come down. They are a form of white supremacy, always have been. In the Bible, when the family of Jesus wanted to hide and burn them, guess where they went? Egypt, not Denmark. Tear them down. I can't believe this. But should Black Lives Matter movement take it on statues of white Jesus? As a Christian, I will understand. Certainly, we don't know what Jesus looked like, and the gospel didn't tell us explicitly about his appearance. For 33 years, Jesus lived and walked on this planet. He didn't take any selfie, but we do know that he was a Jew of 2,000 years ago. That is very different being a Jew today. And you know what that implies? These traditional images of white Jesus are far from resembling the man. Don't take it from me. In 2001, Richard Neve, a British forensic anthropologist, together with his team, came up with an image that we still cannot say is the real image of Jesus, but it is said to be closest to what Jesus would have looked like, a Palestinian of 2,000 years ago. I grew up in southeastern Nigeria, seeing statues of white Jesus in our churches and homes, thanks to Irish missionaries. But what unintendedly happened is that whenever I think of Jesus, one of these traditional images of white Jesus comes to mind. Is that a problem? Wait a minute. Now, being aware of what life is in America for people of color, starting from the first black man that landed in chains on American coast until May 25th, 2020, the day George Floyd was murdered. As a human being, I should understand. However, it is good that we are clear on this. White supremacy has nothing to do with the gospel of Christ. And as a seminarian, I'm yet to find a single doctrine of the church that supports this. But what should we do going forward? Should we blame the European missionaries that evangelized the world with images of white Jesus because of Nave's work of 2001? That's not fair. That would be judging the past by the present. Instead, shouldn't we be worried why the local churches have not been able to inculturate this aspect after 50 years of celebrating the Second Vatican Council? Why, for example, the African church has not in a very significant way begin to represent Jesus as one of them? And why the Nigeria's Nollywood, one of the largest film industries in the world, has not been able to tell the story of Jesus based on the gospel? As Pope Francis said in his post-synodal apostolic exhortation, Querida Amazonia, inculturation commits the church to a difficult but necessary journey. And by inculturation here we mean giving the local church the face of her people. It is on this note that I think tearing down statues of white Jesus anywhere will not end white supremacy. Rather, it may cause the weak among us to lose their faith. Jesus Christ is the Word made flesh, and He dwells among us like one of us. And I don't think you'll be angry if local churches should represent Him like one of them. Instead, as always, you and I will have issues about it. But it's no longer in news, because as we speak, there are already some cultures that have represented Jesus in their own image and likeness. This we can and should all do as soon as possible. Yes, but the question is, will this alone heal the world and make us better Christians? Your guess is as good as mine. But if indeed Christians would seek Jesus not only with their heads, but most importantly with their hearts, they will not only see Him more clearly as He truly is among their suffering brothers and sisters, they will love Him more dearly and follow Him more closely. And you know what? We will have a more just and fraternal world.